Hello, Gearheads. It's Mjolnir Monday, June 17th. I'm your host, Sexy Thor, and it's time for your weekly thunder. Starting off with a new segment, I'm not really giving a title, I'm just telling you this part will be about the news amongst our little podcast group that Thunder Talk's a part of. History of comic books, obviously Nerd Bliss, and Enough with the BS podcast. Just this past week, Nerd Bliss released both episode 111 and 112. Just total thunder moves, because most of the audio from Con Carolinas and the fashion show that Lightning Lad went to a couple Saturdays ago. Actually, it was more of the Conquerors. I don't know. Anyway, pretty much they both did Johnny on the Spot in those two places, just like me and Lightning Lad did at SC Comic Con. And, there were technical things, as there are, so they salvaged what they could and put together a really good episode for episode 111. And the 112, I'm in the midst of listening to it right now, but they interview Philip Koss of the USS San Juan from Starfleet International, a very dear friend that they made at Treklana. So yeah, check out both of those episodes. And over in the history of comic books world, Wheatley's taking a bit of a break right now with actual history episodes, but his last couple episodes released was for Superman Peace on Earth, or Piece of Earth. I don't know. I said Piece of Earth, but I don't know, maybe my little notepad thing just auto-corrected on me. And yeah, the episode before that, which he released last week, was about Batman The Long Halloween. So listen to both of those. Listen to whatever episodes of those you haven't. And like the man always says, go out and enjoy yourself a good comic book. Particularly Batman The Long Halloween, because I have read that myself. Haven't read the Superman one, but I've read The Long Halloween, and yeah, it's really fucking good. Also coming this Saturday, in the Enough with the BS world and sports and culture and all the great things Tyler's doing over there, he's having another Facebook Live podcast. I think still sponsored by Smoke on the Water, I believe. Shout out to his sponsor over there. And he's going to have a lot to talk about coming this Saturday because, yeah, I'm bringing back some NBA news that we left behind for a while here on Thunder Talk and Weekly Thunder. But it all connects to the podcast world because as of Saturday night, Anthony Davis has been traded to the Lakers finally. The trade speculation and arguments that pretty much wreck the chemistry of the team and, eventually cause turmoil in the front office, and that's why Magic Johnson doesn't work anymore, or work there anymore. And also while the Pelicans GM Dell Demps got fired, and even though the owner of the Pelicans said they would trade them to the Lakers over her dead body, well, I don't know. I feel like there's just some sort of sly little joke there, but I feel like it would just be distasteful, and I'm not that bad of a person. I mean, maybe I am, but I mean we're looking for, I don't know, rating sponsors, whatever. So we'll be nice this time, despite the fact that I have not so great blood with New Orleans professional sports. Fuck the Saints. I mean, what? Drew Brees won me some good fantasy championships. That's the nice thing I'll say about New Orleans professional sports. Anywho, the Pelicans get back Lonzo Ball and his dad, thank you Jesus, Josh Hart, Brandon Ingram, the number 4 overall pick in this year's draft, and some other picks in future years with other stipulations. I don't know. But yeah, big shout out to the Lakers front office for getting this done. And yeah, super big shout to the Lakers GM / president of basketball operations tandem, Rich Paul and LeBron James. Also, we've crowned new NBA champions as of Thursday night. And it's not who you think it is. It's the Cleveland Cavaliers. Just kidding. It's the Golden State Warriors. No, so just kidding. It's the Toronto Raptors. That is actually the truth. I am not kidding there. But hey, you know what? Like I said, shout out to Kawhi Leonard for, being a quote-unquote boring guy or whatever the fuck. But like he says, bored man gets paid. And bored man gets championships too. So E3 happened this past week. Of course, you would know that if you listened to last week's, which I know you did. There were a lot of interesting things revealed, but a few things that struck out to ya boy, the Sexy Thors. Cyberpunk 2077, those guys, CD Projekt Red, I believe the company's name is, they released a new trailer, and at the end, the internet's new favorite darling here in 2019, Keanu Reeves, has been revealed to be in the game as a character. I mean, he's not playing himself in the game, or maybe he is. I mean, if he just played himself in this game, the entire internet would buy it up, and Cyberpunk 2077 would be like the Avengers Endgame of video games. But yeah, Keanu Reeves is playing somebody in the game, so the game's even more awesome. Also, Xbox announced Project Scarlet as the code name of their next console, and they also released a full cinematic trailer for Halo Infinite, and it'll be on Project Scarlet. So, guess your wonderful host, Sexy Thor's got to get to saving those monies, huh? Also, Gears 5 was shown a little bit more. It's not the first look of it. I think the first look was last year, but they showed a little bit more, including the new escape mode that will be in the game, and playing it competitively as a demo for internet people to see or whatever they had at the Microsoft show playing Gears 5. Xavier Woods, AJ Styles, and Tyler Breeze. All of the WWE, of course. Ha! You think you almost made it through this episode without a WWE reference or a little news chip storyline, nim. Well, you're listening to the wrong show if you thought that's what was going to happen. Also, Square Enix finally released the trailer and like 5 seconds of actual gameplay footage for Marvel's Avengers, which looks like half the team wants to be faithful to the first movie and half the team doesn't. I mean, yeah. But, I'll judge the game on its own merits, not how much it kind of looks like the first movie and how it kind of doesn't. Because, that's just a side effect when you're the most badass movie franchise on the face of the earth, and also just great comic books. Sure. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing a little bit more of this. It'll be releasing in 2020, the full game is. So we'll be looking at more niblets, and yeah, and I think is Cyberpunk also 2020? I think so. Yeah. So that makes my choices of what games I'm going to get this fall a little bit easier, because that's always hard as hell. Anyways, you know what happened in the WWE this past week? Not a god daggone thing, really. But I feel like I need to put this as a constant segment here on Your Weekly Thunder, which we all agreed in the pool Saturday night that Your Weekly Thunder is just really, here's 10 minutes of all the things Sexy Thor cares about. So, but it's still Your Weekly Thunder. I'm giving it to you, so you're welcome. Firefly Funhouse. I've mentioned this a few times on the show during my constant WWE coverage. It's Bray Wyatt returning as a new character that's like a demented version of Pee Wee Herman. If it turned out Corey Taylor was Pee Wee Herman's son. And, this is really blowing up and becoming really kind of the only reason why anybody tunes into Raw and SmackDown nowadays. Sorry, but it's true. Ask your close wrestling fan friends. Ask them if they really have any other things in there that intrigue them beyond their favorite superstar and also Firefly Funhouse. It's amazing. So every week I'm going to try to remember to tell you if anything else, what is going on at the Firefly Funhouse as we count down to whenever all of this finally spills over into the ring and starts affecting the other superstars and their storylines and everything. Because so far all we've really had is Big E and Randy Orton reply to him on Twitter when he tries to apologize for everything that he's done to superstars he's wronged in the past, like kidnapping Randy Orton, and also when the Wyatt family ambushed the New Day in the woods for whatever reason. Anyways, oh yeah, and for also super creeping out Randy Orton about that little projected image of maggots on the ring floor. But anyway, so what's going on here? So we've got Bray Wyatt, who is actually the Fiend who protects him, and he's got Abby the Witch, aka Sister Abigail, Mercy the Buzzard, named after Waylon Mercy, the guy who Bray Wyatt's previous form kind of modeled himself after. And also we have Ramblin' Rabbit. I don't know who Ramblin' Rabbit is, but apparently some people on Twitter is just like, is Ramblin' Rabbit Dean Ambrose? Because Dean Ambrose went on the Walls of Jericho, or is it the Sound of whatever Chris Jericho's podcast is called, and pretty much told everybody the inner workings of what's going on in WWE and how Vince ruins everything. And so, Mercy the Buzzard's trying to eat Ramblin' Rabbit, and Bray comes in and he spares Ramblin' Rabbit, and he's like, Mercy, you can't do that. And then Rabbit's by himself, and he's like, oh man, screw this, I'm going to expose everything, what's going on in the funhouse. And then Bray comes out of nowhere, he's like, why would you do something like that? And then Rabbit's like, oh my God. And then Bray literally puts the hammer down and smashes Ramblin' Rabbit to death. This is actually the second time Rabbit's died on the show. And then you see Bray Wyatt with a little bottle of Ramblin' Rabbit jelly or marmalade or something or other. So, yeah, that's why people on the internet are just like, is Ramblin' Rabbit supposed to be Dean Ambrose? So, yeah, on that disgusting and disturbing note, that's your weekly fun thunder for June 17th. I'm your host, Sexy Thor, and I hope you all enjoyed your Father's Day yesterday. Remembered and celebrated and, honored any way you could the fathers in your life, the father figures in your life. This is their day. Thank you to them all. Even the All-Father. All those All-Fathers.